Hi guys, so today a bit of a different video. We'll be speaking of Sylvia Plath's fig tree analogy. I'm still going to be speaking of racing, don't you worry. So what is the fig tree analogy? Essentially, it's a girl, Sylvia Plath, who actually cannot seem to be making a choice in the pool of all the choices she's given and what society expects of her, what she wants to do with her life, and so on. So if you don't know what it is, I'm going to read it for you. If you know what it is, you can skip to this time. I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig tree in the story. From the tip of every branch like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beaconed and winked. One fig was a husband and a happy home and children, and another fig was a famous poet, and another fig was a brilliant professor, and another fig was Iggy, the amazing editor, and another fig was Europe and Africa and South America, and another fig was Constantine and Socrates and Attila, and a pack of other lovers with queer names and offbeat professions. And another fig was an Olympic lady crew champion, and beyond and above these figs were many more figs I couldn't make out. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind which one of the figs I would choose. I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest. And as I sat there, unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black, and one by one they plopped to the ground at my feet. Anyways, I had to read this for school at some point, and really related to this as someone who really wants to try a lot of things in their lives, in all sorts of domains and industries. And yeah, I was like, oh, I really relate to this because I did. And I still do in a way, but I don't exactly agree with it anymore 2 years later after reading it. Because I don't think you just have to choose one. You can choose many different ones. You can test out so many different things. I do get the societal impulse to like find a partner, have a job, have a great family, live, retire. I understand that's what society wants you to do. And I understand that she might feel pushed in a corner to do that exact thing, which is not a bad path, of course. Each path have their positives and negatives. I have felt this exact same thing when choosing, do I want to continue with school? Where should I study? What should I study? What about content? Should I just go full time on it? Should I not? Should I do YouTube? Should I stick to short form? I want to explore fashion, but I want to stick to racing. I don't want to lose a community I've made. I don't want to be losing time because it seems like time always passes so quickly and I'm always behind on everything. And the more I advanced in my racing photography journey, the more I realized that you don't have to pick just one fig. You don't have to sit there and be like, oh my god, I don't know which fig to pick, and just crawl into a ball and cry because you don't know which one to pick. You can try out different ones. For example, I have always done something related to racing and I wanted to step out of that zone a bit and touch with fashion, and I managed to do it. For example, after like one of my drivers did well, I dressed like an outfit similar to what he'd wear or something, like George Russell, for example. Slowly but surely, I managed to work with fashion brands, like with Levi's for the Honda Indy, or with their second collection after with McLaren, which I love, of course. Super comfy. And I managed to test things out and I loved it. I actually loved it. I so want to do more things about fashion because it was amazing to work with them. Not only that, racing photography. I continued to do racing photography. I managed to do the IndyCar race in Toronto. I continued doing karting races. I so hope that I'll get the opportunity to photograph F1 races, but like with a proper media pass and proper accreditation. That would be the dream for this year. And next to it, I'm still at school. I'm still doing studies. If you don't know, I'm at McGill in Montreal. I study communications, history, and economics, which a lot of people have told me is completely random to what I want to do in life. But I don't know. I don't particularly agree. I think you get quite a lot from all of these fields. For it to be research, writing, speaking skills. I actually had an identity crisis when I started doing photography because I was like, oh my god, I'm capturing everyone's moments, but my moments are never captured, which might sound very narcissistic for some people, but always being behind the camera, I love being behind the camera, but it took such a toll on me that I had none of my moments captured and like documented, and I was having a frenzy, honestly. I was like, what is happening? Is this actually what I want to do? And then I realized, oh, I can do content. I can do other things that actually put me in front of the camera, put me as the main character, which I love too. Everyone should be the main character of their own life. Yes, you can. And just over time, as you test things out, you'll realize which things you want to do as a business and do it full time, and other things that you just want to keep as a hobby, and that's completely okay. You don't have to crawl into a ball because you don't know where you're going. There is a quote I've heard: if you don't know where you're going, no wind is favorable. If you have an idea of what you like, what you want to do in life, then go towards that path. Try it at least as a side hustle, as a hobby, and slowly but surely, I'm sure you can find a way to incorporate it into your life. You can do it. There's so many people that have multifaceted lives where they have studies on one side, sports on one side, business on another. You can do it. You can. You don't just have to pick one fig. So yeah, there's no beef with Sylvia Plath. I actually really related to what she said. I feel like there's no need to put so much stress on you to pick one fig. You can genuinely pick more. Anyway, so this was a very different video to what I do usually, but this spasm in me that I wanted to talk about it, I was just thinking about it the whole week, and I was like, okay, I need to get it out. Hope you liked it, and hope to see you in another video.